welcome. We're so excited and honored that you are joining us today here above Boulder at the Flatirons in this beautiful, cool environment of these magnificent rocks and forests. I am Hank.
And I am Kira.
And we welcome you to today's show, which is actually the first in the series 3 entitled The All.
You know, together we are expanding consciousness and we welcome you. And I am so enjoying, last week we culminated with the bond and that was all about the we. And have you ever wondered, well, where does that go? I get it. I understand it. I'm on the track, but I'm seeing things around me that are concerning. I'm feeling things within myself. How do you sustain? How do you move forward, especially in a world that's trying to reveal a lot of things that are scary, right? Well, that's part of why Hank and I drove up here this morning to this extraordinary, beautiful setting. We're going to be heading back to Ecuador. So this is kind of our culminating show right now in this space. And take a moment, grab your favorite beverage, snuggle in, because we're diving into sacred union. And that is how you sustain. That is where it all begins. That is the cycle that brings you forward. And that's where we are right now.
As we talk about sacred union, what does that mean? Sacred union means so much. It is so broad and so intimate. Sacred union, I believe, starts with the I.
The I.
Those I.
It's where we all began, and I want to remind you that right here at this YouTube channel, and make sure you've subscribed, but right here on the YouTube, you can find the first series in its entirety, the I. You can find the second series in its entirety, the we. And if you're just catching up, go back, make some time, watch these. They're short, they're poignant, and you might even want to take notes. But if you're joining us right now for the first time, welcome to the Sacred Union experience, the moment of sacred union that really encapsulates and carries us forward. Because as you were just sharing, and I so agree, right? Sacred union begins with the I. It begins with that awareness.
And the I does not preclude the you, the all, the we.
Yeah.
We are just a part of this, a complex part and a very, very important part. And that's why we keep talking about the I and the honoring of self and being in gratitude. That sacred union is that sacred union with self.
Yeah.
That sacred union with another.
Yeah. The
sacred union with all, with the environment, with this beautiful space, that we are in right now, and have that opportunity to experience that sense of gratitude for all that I am, for all that you are, Kira, for all that all of you are. We are beautiful, powerful beings, and don't get lost in the minutia, in a thought that may not be real. It is just a thought, or that story that one may weave. Feel that strength and beauty of self, and feel that strength and beauty in the we, and feel that strength and beauty in the all. Because we are able to manifest. That sacred union that, Kira has been talking about is so important. Last week when we were sharing about the bond, and in other episodes as well, it's that alignment with self, that alignment with the universe. When that happens and you're in this true, total alignment, things begin to manifest that you have no idea. And it's not just one thing that may come forward that ends up being resolved. It could be a whole array of things. Kira and I have experienced, recently, just more stuff coming at us, and all of a sudden, it's gone. It's so magical. And that is because of this beautiful alignment, this beautiful sacred union that we feel for each other, that we feel for self, and that we feel for all.
Wow. Feel that. I know you're all feeling that right now, and I'm so grateful that you mentioned that, Hank, because that's really where it all begins, right? When we say yes to the sacred union within, and Hank mentioned this earlier, and I want to reiterate, the I, the we, the all. It's a trinity, is it not? And in that trinity, we tend to live in a world of trinities, right? Father, Son, Holy Ghost, body, soul, spirit, all these wonderful trinities. Well, the trinity of the sacred union is the ultimate moment of discovery. It's that ultimate moment that sets a foundation that says, okay, I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me.
Acceptance.
Yes.
It's acceptance and understanding and just taking it all in and realizing that you are.
Exactly. And I am as you are. So how does sacred union evolve? How do you call sacred union into your life? Well, the first thing that you do is you say yes. It all begins with yes. You know, I love Archangel Zadkiel. I always have to go back to Archangel Zadkiel, who I'll never forget when Zadkiel came through and said, you're going to say yes all the time. You're going to say yes every day. You might have made the big choice yes. That's why you're here right now. That's why you're connecting with this episode. But the ultimate choice, and it is your choice, is to continually say yes, especially to sacred union. So how do you get there, right? How do you get to that yes of sacred union? Well, the first thing is honestly by relaxing your need to control anything. And that's a big one because control stops and blocks sacred union. Control is very I-oriented. Control is narcissistic. Control is egoic. And many people struggle with control issues, and they're struggling with narcissism and ego as well. It's all about the me, not thinking of others. That is important to resolve first.
Egoic.
Ick.
Egoic. I just want to jump in here for a second and say, ego can be icky. And ego is, on the other hand, can be very important.
Yeah.
But I think what you were sharing about is so important. Is about that letting go of the control. Do not let the ego control you. I think it's important that you, when necessary, control it. Just understand it, be aware, be present, and allow that strength to come up when you feel you need it. And ease in and let things flow when you want to step outside that ego and truly experience all that you are.
I love that. And you know, when you're ready to go beyond that, when you step into that and you say, okay, I'm at that first level of sacred union. So what is the first level of sacred union? It's awareness. It's where it all begins. It's that awareness of love, that awareness of self-love, appreciation for the self, appreciation for your journey. You know, how often have you said to yourself, I messed this up, I did this wrong, or that self-talk, right, which is just a thought, right? That self-talk just really beats you up. That's the moment when you lift. That's the invitation for awareness. Go, wow, look at that. Look what I'm doing to myself. Look what's happening there right now. Beyond judgment of self or others, because remember, judgment is the thing that collapses your consciousness. And so when we move into that moment of sacred union, what we're really saying is, I appreciate this life. I appreciate this moment. Look at this Gaia. I appreciate this beautiful Gaia. The fact that you chose, and this is where sacred union really anchors, you chose to be here on this planet right now with all of the complexities, with all of the polarization, with all of the drama. You, as the master you are, I am, we are, said, yes, I'm going to come to this experience right now so that my heart can embody sacred union, thereby expanding the essence of love, which is the reason you came to begin with. You are the eternal illumination of love, ever expanding, and that's the gift.
And, you know, I think in going with the flow does not mean giving up or letting go and just going where things may lead. You are also the captain of your own ship.
Yes.
You are in charge of the beautiful being that you are, and you can guide it. You can guide yourself and help guide others. Stay true to self. We've shared so much about that in that sense of honor and honoring yourself always, that it's self-love, it's not selfishness.
Yeah.
Set the boundaries that you need, but experience that beautiful, you know, sacred, intimate, you know, journey that we're all on.
I love that. It is a beautiful, sacred, and intimate journey, and it is the journey within. You know, how many of you right now, I know a lot of you go, yeah, but you know, you and Hank are twin flames, twin souls, you found each other. Well, guess what? We found each other after we found ourselves. And in our case, it took 65 and 70 years to do it. And in your case, it can take a lot less. And that's the gift, is that we both said yes to our inner work. We both said yes to not stopping. And a lot of you are very familiar with my journey or learning more about Hank's journey. could have said no a lot of times, could have checked out a lot of times. That's the power of sacred union. That's the power of the yes, the knowing, the known. All of these things are in the first series, the I, the second series, the we. Make sure you go back and connect with those. Maybe just grab the titles if you don't want to look at them all, but it brings us right here, right now to the all. We are at the all moment. And what is the all moment? It is consciousness itself. It is when the template of consciousness spins and your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies become the cross of perfect balance, thereby bringing you into that still center, sacred union, and the blessing of embodiment of the yoga of self-ascension.
Sacred union is not controllable.
Yeah, that's true.
What Kira has shared is so important and is so much my story that until I was ready, things were not happening. They just were. I had to do the work that some of which I knew I needed to do, others which I had no clue of. And as I bucked it and tried to force it, whether it was with another or the universe, things were just not coming together, could never understand why. And once I got deeper and deeper into my own personal growth and development, and I worked through things that I needed to work through, whether knowing or not knowing, all of a sudden, it happened.
Yeah.
It happened on so many levels. And when the union is so strong of self and that gratitude, and with another, and that with the world at large, then things begin to manifest and fall into place where even things that are coming at you or coming at me, coming at us, and some major things, they were gone. It's almost as if a wand came out. The universe moved that out of the way and opened up that sea for us to continue moving through and culminating and bringing others. This is the work that we're doing with Global Minga. This is the support that we want to share with you, not only in our work with the indigenous in developing a cultural and educational center on a global scale at our home at Tosa Blue Mountain in Ecuador, but also as we reach out to the indigenous in the Amazon, to the Canary, to those Hmong up in the northern highlands of Vietnam, and also around the world. Stay tuned. There's a lot coming in that, and we are also open to helping you experience what Global Minga means to you, that sense of not only the sense, but the act of giving back, giving not only to self, which is very important, but to another.
Breathe that in, because isn't that the ultimate sacred union? Right? It's the sacred union of oneness, the sacred union of being, the sacred union with the conscious awareness. And, this is the gift, right? This is why a lot of people might say, well, why should I evolve my consciousness? Why does this matter? Well, here's why. First of all, I always go back to Einstein, right? So when I defer to Einstein, where do we go? We go to, we will not ever solve the problems of this world given the level of consciousness that created it. The only way we solve this is by shifting. And truly for myself, coming into like this reintegration, having been in the United States, having not been here for so long, having to go into a stadium for the first time to see things that are happening here. This is all part of your journey of sacred union. It is coming to the peace that lifts that conscious awareness. Now, why is that so important right now? Because you're here saying, how do I move my life into the direction that I want? How do I anchor that? How does the universe open up? It's sacred union with the universe. Your consciousness, all that you are, the essence of you is one with all. The essence of you is sacred union. And in that knowing, in that conscious awareness, the universe says, you're in sacred union with the universe, thereby let's co-create.
Isn't there a 4-word profound path?
There might be. I wonder what that is.
What is that?
Well, does it begin with presence?
It does.
It does. It begins with the presence.
Where does it go from there?
You gotta love that, right? So from our presence comes our awareness. We open our eyes and we say, wow, being present has opened my eyes so that my intention can become realized, so that my intention can be clear
Is that
and
number
held
3?
within. It is number 3. And
Ah.
what's number 4?
Well, are you done with intention?
I am. Or if you'd like to continue,
I
please
think
do.
just a little bit.
All right, let's do that.
When we set an intention, we are able to move into the 4th word that makes this formula so powerful, and that's transcendence, or to transform.
Right,
transcend,
transform, be the butterfly, right?
Be present. Presence move to an awareness. Through an awareness, you can set an intention if you so choose, and with that intention, one transforms and manifests.
And that's the beauty, isn't it? The sacred union with the self that co-creates that transformation. And in that transformation, we anchor the Yoga of Self Ascension. We step into those perennial philosophies, which is what, at the end of the day, to remember who we are while we're still carrying this body of form, to remember you are the commander of the ship. You can reform, remake this body. You know, Hank and I meeting at 65 and 70 means you can do anything as well.
65 and 70?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Do you like my hair color?
I love your hair color. I love your hair. Don't we love it? I love Hank's hair. And so the blessing, the gift is that we kept saying yes, no matter what, no matter when it didn't work out, no matter when it felt bleak, no matter when it felt like, is this ever going to happen? The key is the sacred union with the soul, that knowing, that gift of yes, that keeps that energy flowing, relaxes out of a need to control, and opens the gateway for universal miracles to manifest. That's the law of instantaneous manifestation, and that's what sacred union calls in as we're really having the honor of living and are living that and offering that as an example, because you can do this too. You are absolutely capable of living the life of your dreams. And come on down to Ecuador and see what else is manifesting. The opening, the pathway forward, it's all going to ignite July 31. What is it, Hank?
Well, you can share.
Can I share?
Would you,
all right.
please?
So the opening, the pathway forward, is a moment of deep sacred union with the soul. It's an integration, it's an awareness, it's an experience, and it's the choice to say, I will anchor my higher self. I will be able to let go of the self-judgment, let go of the things that stop me from ascending within, and really being able to call forward with integrations, connections with Hank and I. We're going to be working in the Pyramid of Peace, the world's largest bamboo pyramid. We're going to be working on these beautiful Andes mountains, going deep into these ancient ruins. And then I'm still blown away, Hank, that the beautiful Shuar people have invited us as their personal guests to bring our friends with us to go deep into the Amazon jungle and really see global Minga in action while receiving these blessings that are going to be given to us. It's a rare moment. It's a rare moment in history, but you guys already know that. So join us down in Ecuador. Get to iamkira.net, learn about Global Minga, become part of that community, and stay tuned to this channel. As Hank mentioned, there is so much unfolding right now, within and without.
And give us an opportunity to learn from you as well. This is a very communal experience, a very deep and personal experience, opportunities to work one-on-one with Kira, one-on-one with myself, collectively, with each other and with the community that's going to be there working with us. And we will all be learning and growing from each other. I want to share one thing, though, about presence and about being present. And please consider that one may not be present all the time. A thought may come in and may move you in a certain direction. You have that opportunity to let that go and come back, just to be aware. It's almost as if you're meditating and then a thought pops in and you have to make that conscious decision. Do I go with that thought? Is that thought real? Is it important? Or does it even matter? Send it to the void, get back into being present, and experience the moments of non-judgment. You know, if you feel something coming on, oh, I wish I did this, or why did my mind go there and got busted in that not being there listening. Let it go. Do not hold judgment for self. Try not to hold judgment for another, and just experience what is happening in that moment.
I love that so much. Just experience what is happening in that moment. That's a depth of sacred union, isn't it? I think it is, when we give ourselves that gift. And Hank and I want to offer you a few other gifts. Make sure when you get to iamkira.net that you, right there at the top, go ahead and become part of the global Minga community. And as our way of saying thank you for doing this, and remember, this is 100% our gift to you. When you get in there, you're going to find 3 very special gifts waiting. Each one of them is a true lesson in and of itself. Grab the ebook, The Yoga of Self Ascension. Learn how the Yoga of Self Ascension and the blessing of sacred union can be integrated into your life. It's not hard to do, just takes a little education. There are also 2 classes sitting in there for you. The first one is a quantum immersion that Hank and I offered to the world. It has some very powerful attunements in there for your body and your nervous system. Remember, how many people, and Hank, you probably know people like this, I know I do, you want to see, you're like, I want to see, I want to have visions, I want to know, I want to open up my clairvoyance. I want to do this. I want to do that. Well, here's the reality. Your nervous system of this physical body must be attuned for you to do that. Otherwise, what happens? Suddenly you see something out of the corner of your eye. Maybe it's a vision. Maybe it's something else. Well, the first thing is fear and it shuts it down. It's a, did I just see that? Or imagine right now, if you're sitting in your room right now, wherever you are, imagine if right now a dimensional portal opens and a beautiful dimensional being walks through. Unless your nervous system, which includes the release of the mind as being the controller, those 2 things have to happen. We can teach you how to do that. I learned how to do that early on in my life. Your nervous system is adapting. It is learning. It is coming into sacred union with you. The other thing that I want to share with you and regarding sacred union is that thanks to Hank, and I want to publicly acknowledge that, is that due to this amazing miracle man, which he is, I call him Hank the Miracle Man, we were very, very blessed to meet with some of you live in Denver on the 27th of June. And for the first time in many, many years, the archangelic realms came through me again because of Hank's presence and support. My body and soul were able to sustain that. The message that came through was powerful. It was short. My body was remembering what it's like to ensoul, but it's right here at this YouTube channel. And if you have not seen this yet, give yourself that gift. And remember why we're here doing what we're doing. It is not because we woke up one morning and said, we're going to do this, although that's part of it, right? Mm-hmm. The other part was that early on, the Ascended Masters tapped this body of form and taught it how to receive their voice and to offer that voice. And for 20 some odd years, I've had the honor of doing that. And with Hank here, that message, the realms are wanting you to know they're still here. Check out the phenomenon that happened on that video. I've put in some extra things so you can really see it. This is the moment for your left brain to relax, your right brain to smile, and the sacred union within to catapult you to the next level. That's what's happening with us, and that's what's happening around our planet if we choose to see it with trust, love, and the beautiful peace within.
So beautiful. I'm so glad you brought up about the ensoulment. I was
Thank
going
you,
to
Hank.
ask you to share that moment and let the community know that it's there available for you on the website for you to experience firsthand. It was quite an amazing experience.
Thank you. It was a beautiful blessing to remember that blessing with you, to have those ascended realms join us again. It's why we're here. We're clear. You're clear, or you wouldn't be here right now. Sacred union is yours. You don't need another person to claim it. Claim it with you first. And then if you're looking for a partner or you know a partner exists, one thing Hank and I know for a fact, if you do the work and you keep saying yes, the miracle does happen.
We want to thank you all for joining us today and wish you a beautiful, beautiful day yourself.
Many blessings.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Love you.